Hey there, this is Dr. Pam Perry, and we have a great show for you right after this.
Are you ready to elevate your speaking career and be a part of a movement that amplifies Black voices? Speakers Magazine is your go-to resource highlighting top speakers, industry insights, and strategies to take your platform to the next level. Subscribe today and unlock the blueprint for speaker success. Visit www.speakersmagazine.com, the #1 magazine for Black speakers. Subscribe now and start your journey to success. Amplify your voice. Subscribe today.
Now, do you need motivation? You are going to be in for a treat. We have Jonas, Dr. Jonas Gadson with us, DTM. So we will bring up Dr. Jonas right after this. As promised, there is Dr. Jonas Gadson. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So tell us what you have going on, sir. I know that over the last year or so, you've been writing books, you've been speaking. So tell us where you're hailing from and what it is you have cooking.
Yes, as I always say, there are three kinds of people: those that make things happen, those that watch things happen, and those who wondered what happened. I'm a person that makes positive things happen, and I believe that you are too. I'm calling on screaming right now from beautiful South Carolina. Just been interviewed on Hilton Head for the event that's coming up, and I was able to talk to 5 million people across the country, down in the low country that we live high.
Okay. All right. So you have a book. So what I know some of the books you have, they've been featured in Speakers Magazine. So what are some of the books? Do you have them handy or?
Yes, one of my books that I started out a number of years ago is dealing with how to fly like an eagle with wings like a wimp. It teaches you to take a chance, take charge, and take control of your life. Now, the one I'm coming out, hopefully I'll be able to launch at the end of this month, is Mastering Your Message. Pick up your mic. We need to hear your voice. But I'm fortunate during the pandemic, I connected with some other speakers. So I'm actually in several other books with 300 different speakers. But these are the two that I did by myself. And I'm very excited because I packed 50 years into this brand new book from corporate America, from small business, some spirituality, and I'm fired up. This is my best ever that I packed it all to help people to be able to communicate more effectively.
So what brings it? What is the thing that really makes you want to speak, to pick up the mic? What was it that for Dr. Jonas Gadson that made you want to really make speaking your career?
Well, I love people. I always say I never met a group of people that didn't bring me joy. Some people bring me joy when they enter the room. Others bring me joy when they leave the room, but nevertheless to bring me joy. So I love that in corporate America, where I train people from around the world, from Xerox and Eastman Kodak for 30 years, and then being a spiritual guy, then own my own business. I just love to see the transformation. People are not looking for information. People are looking for transformation, a metamorphosis. So that brings me joy to help people to live their dreams, their goals, and their aspiration. Because I always emphasize, this is your time and this is your turn. This is the decade for the doers to take a chance, take charge, and take control of your life, because you can always better your best.
Better your best. So tell us about these initials behind your name, this DTM. What does that mean? Doing the most, or what does that mean?
Yeah, that's a DTM. That means I'm a distinguished Toastmaster. That's an organization over 300,000 worldwide. That's the highest level that you can achieve. Not only that, but I competed many times and taught many people how to speak. And also I graduated from Dale Carnegie, another organization deal with speaking. Plus I went to school to MUFC in Rochester, New York. I took public speaking there. So that's one of my passion, to help people. Because when people have challenges in their home or their the workplace, the three things that separate break a relationship, and one of them are the top three is the lack of effective communication. The Creator gave us two ears and one mouth, so we need to listen twice as much as we talk.
That is so true. So the DTM, how long have you been in Toastmasters? A lot of people aren't familiar with Toastmasters. So
30 years.
30. Okay. And Dale Carnegie has been around for a long time. He wrote a book, I believe, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yes, not only I graduated from those, they brought me back in to train people from other corporations as well. So that's something that I've been doing now in about 50 years. I love doing it along with personal and professional development. So I packed that in because sometimes a lot of people are speaking, but they haven't did the job from within. There's an African proverb that says there's no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. And the reason why we are doing without, because we didn't develop ourselves from within. So I spent 50 years going to courses and learning, and it was a tough decision, but I knew I had to choose one. So I choose public speaking and effective communication. But in this book, I built in there personal and professional development, because you need that simultaneously to be able to speak effectively and make a greater impact on your audience.
That's true. Are you familiar with Dr. Willie Jolley?
Oh yes, he's a good friend of mine. We've been friends for years. We started the National Speakers Association about 40 years ago. He did the forward. He did a forward for my book. Yeah, I've been knowing him for long years. Great friend, a great guy.
Good. Yes. NSA, for those that aren't familiar, stands for National Speakers Association. We got a little word here from Willie Jolley, and then we're going to bring Dr. Jonas back to talk us a little bit more about his book and what he has coming up.
Hey, I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. So I'm going to make the most of this minute, this moment, this opportunity I have to talk to you. I am Dr. Willie Jolley, host of the Willie Jolley Show on Sirius XM Radio and heard daily across America on Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell, with my Wake Up and Win with Dr. Willie Jolley segment. I'm also honored to be a member of the National Speakers Association, where I've been inducted in the Speaker Hall of Fame and the most recent recipient of the highest award in speaking, the Cavett Award. I am also blessed and grateful that Toastmasters International named me one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world, joining luminaries like Colin Powell, Margaret Thatcher, Nelson Mandela. I mean, I'm grateful. Only 50 people in history have been given that honor, and I'm honored to be one of them. So I am excited that you have made a decision that you're going to work on developing your speaking skills and your speaking enterprise. And you are taking time and making the investment to spend time with one of the greatest publicists on the planet, and a lady who is the publisher of Speaking Magazine. I'm honored to be on the front cover for the beginning of this year of Speaking Magazine. So that said, I want to give you a couple of thoughts. I was able to be with you, or we with the group last year live, but this year I'm traveling. And I'm speaking all over the country, and every day I'm going to a new city. But I wanted to take a moment to send this video to you and give you just a couple tips on how to grow your speaking business. I'm honored that I am the only person I know who has started with a few young speakers who came to me as neophytes. I want to be a speaker. I want to do what you do. And I mentored them. I worked with them, I developed them, and 3 are in the Speakers Hall of Fame as well as in the $1 Million Speaker Group. Delatoro McNeil, Simon Bailey, and Walter Bond. They came to me as neophytes. I just want to do what you do. How do I get into this business? And I gave them some advice that I'm going to give you. Number 1, I want you to, if you are not comfortable in front of a crowd, you listen to what Pam Perry shares with you, and then you augment that by taking a Toastmasters course. There are Toastmasters groups all over America and around the world. because they will help you with that skill set of getting in front of an audience and easing your discomfort. And then I want you to focus on what I've told speakers all over the world. Speak not to impress. Speak to inspire. What does that mean? Well, we all want people to like us when we get in front of them and they start and we start speaking and we want them to clap and say, "Oh, I love it, I love you, I love you." But if that is your primary goal, there are going to be times when people in the audience show no acclivity to you, no interest in what you're saying, and it's going to mess you up. So don't speak to inspire, to impress them. Speak to inspire them. See, I've learned over the years that when I went from trying to make people like me to try and inspire them, everything changed. See, we all have butterflies before we get up and speak. All of us do. But when I changed from trying to get them to be impressed to be inspired, the butterflies, rather than flying like crazy, they flew in formation. And it was a change in my presentation and a change in the impact it had on the audience. I highly recommend you try this. It will change everything. I've had well-known speakers who've come up to me after they've heard that and said, "My business changed when I started using your technique. Speak not to impress, speak to inspire." He said, I've had many of them. The latest one was a major speaker who was uncomfortable on the stage. He had written a best-selling book and he had speaking, but he wasn't getting great responses, but the book kept getting him invitations. But once he used that, it changed everything. Also, I encourage everybody to go to youcanspeaknow.com. I got some free resources, some more information, youcanspeaknow.com. And if you decide there's a class that you can just take it as a low price class, just to teach you, is about 3 or 4 hours of me helping young speakers to grow their business. Start right now.
There we go. There we go. That's your friend. That's your friend. So
Yes.
he talked about how he was on the cover of Speakers Magazine, and you were on the digital cover this year as well, Rising Star in 2026. So tell us a little bit about how you got this nickname, Mr. Enthusiastic.
Well, every time when I was training in corporate America and from people from around the world, I did a separate evaluation to see how impactful I was with my message. And they always say, "You're so enthusiastic. You're so enthusiastic." So that stuck with me. And of course, I know you also are a spiritual person. So the Greek word that enthusiastic means God within. So everything that I do, I might not mention, but I'm glorifying. And that's why I'm calling Mr. Enthusiastic. But most people know me as Jonas with the bonus. That's what they know me. That's why I put it in my book. If you cheat yourself in your preparation, it will show up in your presentation. And that's a bonus from Jonas. And when your value is clear, your decision is easy. So I got a lot of bonus from Jonas because you wrapped it up in small packages. Because people's attention, as you well know, is not as broad as it used to. So I have what I call this point. Get it right in, get out, and get in very, very quickly. And I wrapped it in. The bonus is usually an inspiration, motivation, and a reason, rhyme, and rhythm with my bonus from Jonas. They always remember that.
Yes, yes. And so in this particular article here, we kind of asked you a couple of little questions, and I kind of, obviously one of the things is your superpower being Mr. Enthusiastic. But one of the things, like Dr. Willie Jolley, it says, what advice would you give to those that are really going into the speaking field? It's like, what is the biggest lesson that you can share with those that are aspiring speakers, coaches, or consultants that you are mentoring and that sort of thing?
One of the things I would encourage them to speak to connect, because all studies indicate 100% of when you speak is that if you don't touch the person's heart, if you don't touch their emotion, there's not going to be a transformation. So I talked about number one, the heart first, the emotion, then the head second, and then the hands third. So it's heart, head, hand, and get up and get going and help somebody and help yourself. And no, there's not a better way. Even the people who might be in the scripture, is that life and death is in your tongue. So you have to speak life to yourself. If you work harder on yourself, it's going to make a big difference. So what I emphasize in my company, when you're dealing with Partners for Purposeful Living LLC, number one is the full principle. Number one is education. It comes from the Latin word to lead and to draw out the greatness that are laying dormant in you. The second one is inspiration. If there ever been a time that we need somebody to inspire us to live our dreams, our goals, our aspiration, it's that time right now. It's now o'clock. The third one is transformation. Move away from change to transformation, because change is temporary, but transformation is permanent. I don't care how many legs the caterpillar has. I don't care how fast it can run. The caterpillar must die in order for the butterfly to fly. So it's time to mount up with wings like an eagle. And then the fourth principle is motivation, to get up and get going, to live your dreams, as I said. See, when somebody says, give me some more motivation. Well, if you're heading in the wrong direction, you don't need motivation. You need more education to turn around. So that's what I would say. And I would tell anyone who's starting out, and I've trained many people as well, is to just know your subject. Because people are not hiring generalists. That you have to be specific. You got to find out what that one thing is. Even the book I studied said this one thing I do. You know, some people, you've heard this too. The people say, I'm jack of many trade and master of none. That quote has been misused for a lot of years. It's master of many things, but being master of one. You choose that one thing. I tell people, if you go to the computer and hit Google and say a generalist, oh my goodness, you'll get pages. But you push in specific, then you'll really get someone that sheet. So you have to specialize or die.
Mm-hmm. And I see right here too, you've been in Speakers Magazine. Like I said, you were the Rising Star 2026, a digital cover, but also too, you have been in here some other times as well. I'm going to show some of the things that this one here, how you ignite audiences to better your best. Now, where did that come from? Where did that particular phrase come from when you talk about better your best?
Well, I know some others, different ones that I taught, and they bought my first book and they saw it there. But I'm the original person that came to better your best, because even though, and not that long, I had open heart surgery. And I tell people all the time, even before that happened, I say, I can't die yet because I'm not finished. And right. so right. Now what I tell people, and I'm back, I'm better, and I'm striving to stand above the rest. And I'm never going to give up on that. So those kinds of things, that's why when you read this book, I have some other people that mentor me over the years, but most of it is thoughts that I've lived through, and I came back again. I came back to give people hope that if a country boy like me that grew up on a plantation can touch people from around the world, what is your excuse?
What is your excuse? Now, tell us a little bit. You had open heart surgery, Mr. Enthusiastic, and you're still out here inspiring and empowering people. What was some of the things that were going through your mind of how you've come back so strong?
Well, I knew that I would have been able to help a lot of people. That's why I tell the story and show the story on what I went through, because that's to encourage other people. Because sometimes the person might have never had open heart surgery, but they may have they may have some kind of loss. So when I share the story, I don't tell the story, I show the story and demonstrate what I went through when I'm in the hospital and heavy sedating and can't talk and all of these things going on. But I never gave up. I said, you know what? In fact, just before I went, I had a seminar. Before I flew out to have the operation. What? I told the doctors I'll have it afterward, because I got engagement. My commitment was so strong. I put this in the book. I tell people, I'm not advising you to do this, But let me
Right.
tell you something, anytime you got a pulse, you still have a purpose. And even though sometimes I still have pain now, but the pain that I have cannot cancel my purpose. I'm
I
fired
like
up and I'm ready to go, ready to grow and ready to glow, because people need hope these days. And when you spell the word hope in my book in acrostic, having only positive expectation for you. I believe in you. Because,
Mm-hmm.
and the other thing I keep up with the with a lot of things. There's about 8.5 billion people on the planet, and there'll never be another one just like you. No one else can duplicate your fingerprint, your handwriting, or your voice. You are one in a billion, in 8 billion. That's how different that you are. And that's why I don't look to copy anybody, because I'm an original.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my own thoughts. I have my own true stories. That's one of the things that differentiates me between, regardless, I might be knocked down, but I'm not knocked out. I'm coming back. This is scheduled for 15 rounds. It might knock me down the 5th round, but dang, I will get up on the 6th round.
I see it, Karen out here. She said he is definitely enthusiastic, passionate. That is for sure. She's a part of Ready, Set, Go Speak as well, of our community as well. I see that you have a microphone in your hand. It looks like there's a picture of Les Brown. Have you done any work with Les Brown before?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Les Brown and we go even further back. When I was in Rochester, New York, I was heading to church one day, and my car wouldn't pick up. One got stuck in the snow. And I went back in the house, and someone said, "Turn your television on." I said, "Why are you turning the television on? I don't be here on Sunday." He said, "Be quiet." So I turned the television on and look at Dr. Schuler.
Yeah.
And I saw, and it said, Les Brown, the motivator. I said to myself, "Oh, that guy is trying to be like me." So at that time, he only had one little cassette tape. And I found out that he was living in Detroit. So I had a friend there. I drove up there, cut through Canada to go to Detroit. When I got there, Les Brown wasn't even there. His partner was there. And I bought that cassette and drove all the way back to Rochester. And then his Larry said to me, "Are you serious about speaking?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, Les Brown is doing speaking for a living in 2 more weeks." Yeah, oh wow, 2 more weeks. I went back down there, and yeah, Les know me really, 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 really well.
Wow, that is good. And I think you all did a book anthology together.
Yes, several of them. I got one of my coaches is Dr. Wood as well. So we did about 5 books that
Wow.
Les was in, did the forward in. I took pictures with him and everything of that nature. Yeah, I've learned from some of the best on the planet.
I love that. I love that. And one of the things too, you talked about Dr. Cheryl Wood. She's been on the cover, I believe, of Speakers Magazine about 4 or 5 times as well, doing the Speaker Con. And one of the things that I really like about you, Dr. Jonas, is that you are still enthusiastic, kind of like what Karen said, and passionate about it. But really, the main thing is that you have never stopped learning. You never stop learning and investing in yourself, and all of that comes through, that you have been really investing in yourself, different programs. You are, even with the open heart surgery that you had last year, you're still investing in things, still writing books, still doing the things, still picking up the mic. So what's the name of the book again? The new book that you have?
Mastering Your Message. Pick up your mic. We need to hear your voice. And the emphasis, we need to hear your voice. Let me just say this really quickly. That would help somebody. Yesterday, I'm in Beaufort, South Carolina, only about a half an hour from Hilton Head. They called me up and want to feature me because I'm one of the thought givers on communication and leadership. Well, I drove down there in a lot of pain and was live. Now, I was interviewing, you know about this, Doctor, a lot. It was for 5 minutes. Now, some people have said, would you drive through on an hour on the road in a car in a lot of pain for less than 5 minutes because you're going to be interviewed? I said, you know what? Sure, I'll do it every day of the week. For me to speak to 5 million people, even if I just spoke for 1 minute, it's worth it. Come on. See, some people are looking for free. I said, get ready, drop the aura in free and pick up Fee.
Fee.
You have to
There you
pay
go.
for it. See, you pay attention to what you pay for. See, that called me they were paying and everything. And it's coming out to this thing. The clip to send to you, Dr. Pam, something else. But you gotta get out of your comfort zone.
You do.
If
You
you
really do.
touch people's lives, you're gonna have to demonstrate what you're talking about. You can't be about it. You got to talk about it. And when you open up, and what I've learned too, I know you already know this, that when the people make judgment on you in the first 3 to 5 seconds, and then they decide whether they're going to listen to you in the first 90 seconds. And some people waste their time. How you doing? My name is this, and my name is boring. When I get up there, I'm going to fire them up immediately.
Do you do any singing at all? Do you sing? Do you sing at all?
Yeah, I'm a pretty good singer. I'm not my great friend Willie Jolley. He get in a tight. He can sing his way out. Wait for me for next time. Now I can make a pretty good joy. You can't beat me on the joy because I'm part of the redeemed. And he said, "Let the redeemed of the Lord say so." So I'm gonna say so because I've been redeemed.
I love that. I love that. So, one of the things I want people to go to your website. What's your website URL so that people can actually book you and bring you in?
It's www.jonasbonus.com. www.jonasbonus.com.
I love it. Jonasbonus.com. So that is so, because people call you Jonas with the bonus. That's one of the things they call you, Jonas with the bonus.
Yes.
So the book is coming out. Do you have any events that you're attending, or there's anything like that you have coming up, or if you are doing any other kind of like webinar or podcast or things like that? Obviously you're doing this podcast, but more.
Yes. Well, I'm doing a trial basis at the end of this month to launch this brand new book, and I'm going to do it on Zoom because I'm an international speaker. This is only a test, and then I'll back it up again in April and come back really strong. In fact, this coming Sunday, a group of ladies contact me, and they're all in tech, and they asked me to be one of the speakers. And so I sent it to you as well. So I'm speaking this Sunday virtually. And one of the things I tell people, just because you use tech, you don't have to lose the human touch. Now, that's a bonus from Jonas. Just because you use tech, you don't have to lose the human touch.
I love that. I love that. You have so many things. One of the things that you said, and I hope people can replay this and some of the things that you said, is that if you have a pulse, if you still have a pulse, you still have a purpose.
That's right.
That you still have a purpose. And that is so good. You still have a pulse, you still have a purpose. And you have touched so many lives and so many different people in different walks of life. And people can learn from you because, like what you said, it doesn't matter where you start. It's just really like where you're going and where you end up. So that's one of the main things. I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we kind of close out here?
Just my motto. My motto is, since greatness is possible, excellence is not enough. Go for greatness. Go for greatness. Go for greatness. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Jonas with the bonus. JonasBonus.com. Make sure that you go there. I'm going to put that in the show notes as well. And his other stories are in there as well. So thank you so much for joining us. God bless you. And I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.